1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver. As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Hello. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland's graded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner.
Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
Is the music still going on? What's with this music? What's happening, everybody? This is GreenBean. Welcome to the Monday Night Mock. I have the wrong background up, but that's okay. We can change that very easily. I'm so excited for tonight. Number one, I'm happy you guys are here. Number two, I'm happy with the selection, with the theme that you guys chose for today. And we'll get into what that is in just a moment. But first, I want to bring in the most esteemed co-host for this week, somebody that we have differing views on how we should approach the draft, which I just love so much. You know and love him. Let's say hello to Mr. Matt O'Leary. What's up, O'Leary? How you doing, brother?
Dude, I was enamored by that intro, just going through and looking at all the guys we thought were going to be major impact players on our team and just did not pan out. So what a trip down memory lane. And I am excited to get into this mock with you and the comments.
You know what? Thank you for saying that. It's a bit long and I'm going to have to compress a little bit, but dude, making that thing was filled with I'm just going to say it. Thoughts of, dude, we suck. Like, wow.
I've seen that video, the older one where it goes through. I think it was either on ESPN or NFL Network. I forgot where that originated from, but I've seen that a million times. Johnny Lamb Jones. I wasn't even alive when he played, but that name just sticks in the back of my head because of that video.
Yeah, right. Like I took pieces from we know the one, like somebody else already edited a lot of that. I took some from different places and everything, but yeah, especially like the guy going, well, obviously the Jets know something that we don't know. And it's like, no, dude, no, they don't. For so long, that has been our kind of, I don't want to say maybe excuse. Like we go, well, look, dude, clearly they know more than we do as fans. But when you look over the lineage of years past, fans wanted specific players and they panned out. The guy that the Jets went out, outside the box to grab didn't work out. So for so many years, we have been forced to endure complete ineptitude, which is why I set it up in a way with the air raid siren going into Zach and Elijah Moore and Michael Carter at the end. It's like, in my opinion, we have some potential here to maybe be coming out of the dark ages. So that would be exciting. Wouldn't it, Matt, if we actually got out of that glum state of affairs?
It would be nice. I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I am tired of making videos about the future, or, I love having so much cap space, or I love the draft. As much as I love the offseason and the NFL draft, I would love to be breaking down how upset I am that the Jets aren't able to, pick up a 4th and 2 conversion late in the game or something like that. Like, I want to be breaking down things that actually matter in game. You get it, GreenBean, right?
Yeah, dude, things at work. Like, look, we do the live streams, right? For Jetnation, you and Ryan come on and we talk through halftime. And we've had a handful of times that when you came on, we were like, hey, we were in a good mood. It's usually like, I can't believe how bad this is. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, Matt.
It's frustrating. Well, hopefully another year where you have 4 picks in the top 40. My My hope is that you get a bunch of starters in here and that this roster starts to look a lot different, because that's what it's really all about.
Yeah, could not agree more, man. So I'm grateful that you came. You know, we got guys in the chat. We were talking before, Matt and I, and it turns out all the things that Matt and I have done together, he's never just been the co-host on a Monday Night Mock. So this is exciting. This is great. I don't know how that has happened. Like, you know, all the things you did help us out last year when we had the contest and we did the first, you know, the full first round mock, which was awesome. But I'm really excited to do this with you. Let's say hello to some people in the chat. You guys are all here. Smokin' Jay Cut Fan is here. Braden Bethwaite from New Zealand is here. Wat2K, Jason Valenti, Trainer Joe. We see B2B 111079 is here. Joe Farrow, Rusty Spooner's back, Red Dog, Duncan McLean. I'm really grateful that you guys are here. This is going to be a good one. I see Jay Cole and Lawrence Wapple and Gitmo Bob. Yeah, man, you guys are the best. Salty Nuts is here. Robbie Oak. Yeah, man. So thank you. Raw Power, J-Man, and FOC, and so many more. And you're still piling in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you guys landing here. And this is going to be a fun one. Emanon, Jay Spector. So tonight, you can see what I have on the board. As is standard, we put out a poll. I didn't forget to put it on Twitter this week, thankfully. We got collectively almost 1,000 votes. And out of the 4 options, the supporters, the fans, the viewers, whatever you want to call you guys, have spoken clearly. The theme for tonight's mock is that we are going to trade our current 3rd round pick, which was pick 69, and Denzel Mims for Amari Cooper and his $20 million contract. So that's why you can get him a little bit lower, maybe not the 1st round pick, because Dallas is going to be looking to get something, but they're more than likely looking to, let go and get rid of that behemoth of a contract. So we take that on, we send them Mims, and they can work on them down there. So you can see on this list, we do still have our top 4 picks, but number 69 is missing. So that went to Dallas, and then we have the rest. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you, everybody who voted. Matt, I believe you voted as well, which is nice, and I thank you.
This is the one that I wanted to do, so I am very glad that we were able to hop in here.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny, man. I knew when I wrote it, like when I made the options, which are generally fan inspired anyway, like you guys throughout the week are always saying, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? So in large part, I just used the options that they gave me anyway. But as soon as I wrote that one down, I said, that's the one O'Leary wants. That's the one.
I'm glad that we get to do it. It leaves a lot of options open for us now, because you don't necessarily have to worry about receiver that early. So I'm excited to get into it.
Right on. So guys, we have Amari Cooper in this fantasy land that we've just created. We have Amari Cooper. We have addressed the wide receiver position in a pretty big way, quite frankly. And we no longer have a 3rd round pick. So we're going to get this started. What do you think, Matt? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
All right, let's see what happens, guys. Here we go. Jacksonville starts Evan Neal. Ooh, Matt. All right, so this is your first one. So I'm going to go through the whole thing for everybody in the stream as well and in the chat. Number 1, I got to put up my little banner here. Guys, when we vote, please vote only once. It gets incredibly muddy. There ends up being over 200 of you guys in here. And if you vote 10 times, I don't know what the hell's going on. So vote once so we can try to keep it neat and tidy. But here's how we do trades. Yeah, wow, Biker Ray. I agree, buddy. Look, Hutch, yeah, he's there, but we do have a trade offer. So let's take a look. Now, this is only one trade offer. Usually when we have more than one, we'll do it a different way, and I'll go through that. But the Atlanta Falcons would like us to slide back to 4 picks. They'll give us a second, 2 seconds this year, it looks like. Yep, 2 seconds this year. And they also want us to throw in next year's second. This sounds like a bad deal to me, Matt. What do you think?
I am saying no way, because I already have the name that I want to take written on the card, and I am waiting to run it up to Roger Goodell. So I'm going to say thank you, but no thank you. I already know the player that I have in mind.
Right. So just vote yes or no. I think everybody's on the same page, but we got to make this democratic. So let's do the official, just say no or yes to this trade. You guys know if we ever accept a trade, we're always going to try and counter. We're going to try to get a little something. Say, hey man, how about a small fries with that, and see what they say. No, no hurting to ask. So look, Jay Spector doesn't like that we got Cooper, but we did it anyway, Jay. That's just the paradigm that we've created. Okay, Jay? All right. It looks like that. Yeah. No. Windows got you pegged. He says O'Leary's thinking Cameron Dicker, isn't he? Is that your guy?
I'm not going to reveal my sources. I mean, we have a whole 7 rounds of this. I can't give it away too early.
Right. And I can respect and appreciate that. So we're going to say no to the trade. I see you guys already starting, but go ahead and write the player that you guys want. I'll pull up the big board for you here. So we're going to get rid of the trade. This is how the big board stands currently. We have Aiden Hutchinson, followed by cornerback Andrew Booth. We have defensive tackle DeMarvin Leal. We got Karlaftis, Kenyon Green, Garrett Wilson. So many good guys. Stingley, Olave, Cross. And as you know, Icky's going to be there still, and as is Linderbaum and Ojabo and Devin Lloyd, all the guys. So the thing that we like to do as well is we know that PFN has their rating systems, and there is a way, Matt, to hack it. Like, you know that they have Kolar rated lower. So even though you would pick him here, you can look and see that he's rated 60 players down, so you don't take him knowing you can get him later using the sim. We try not to do that. We try to, not really cheat and like hack the system. We try to go with what we really think and who would really be taken right now. So that's another thing. So it's Hutchinson, right, guys? Yeah, it's Hutch. So let's get him on board. Let's go ahead and take the guy who slid. Aiden Hutchinson is a New York Jet. Great pick, Matt O'Leary. What do you think of that? Was that your guy? That was, right?
Without a doubt. I would be jumping for joy if he was there on draft day. There's no way, right? Like, I don't know. The Kayvon Thibodeau of the two feels like the one who might fall, but I feel like Aiden Hutchinson to Detroit feels like a lock to me.
Yeah, I think if it broke with Evan Neal first and Detroit isn't taking a quarterback, I see no way that they don't take Aiden Hutchinson. I agree with you. Now, the other side, and we talked a little bit about this during the Senior Bowl, there are rumors that Detroit is in love with Malik Willis. They did have him on their Senior Bowl roster when they were down there last weekend coaching, the whole week. So there is the slim chance that maybe they just say, you know what, let's get our guy, let him sit behind Goff for a year, the whole thing. But other than that, I agree with you. I think Hutchinson to Detroit makes too much sense. And we'd be very fortunate to have this scenario play out for us. But we got him. We got him for this. So, guys, we have 4 trade offers. Now, the way we do this is we're going to go through all 4 trades. If in the event you want none of them, you say no. In the event you want one of them, you say yes, and the team who's offering that trade, okay? Make it nice and easy and vote once. So the Chiefs want us to go all the way back to 30 and give them next year's 4th. They'll give us pick 62, which is almost the last pick in the 2nd round. Pick 94, their 3rd, and next year's 2nd and 3rd. There's a lot there. Let's see who's next. The Chiefs want us to go down 8 spots. They'll give us their 2nd, pick 49, and next year's 6th. The Raiders want to get involved. They say, come on back to 22. We'll give you pick 53, next year's 2nd and 6th. And the Detroit Lions want us to take their 2nd first-round pick, which is pick 32 that they got from the Rams. And they want to give us pick 34, which is a very high 2nd right before ours, and next year's 2nd. So, Matt, do any of these trades strike your fancy?
Of the 4, I think the one that I like best is the Saints deal. Just because I think moving back any further than that scares me, because I still think that you need some, quality player. So I'd like to keep a top 20 pick. But then also grabbing another pick in the top 50 with pick 49 is intriguing. This one is too because you're getting draft capital for next year with the Raiders, but I don't
The
think I
Raiders.
want
Let me
to
see.
fall. Yeah, I don't think I want to fall all the way back to the Lions at 32, or I don't think I want to go as far back as the Chiefs one. So if I did have to pick one of this bunch, I would say probably the Saints would make the most sense to me.
Okay, now if I said, Matt, make the decision, would you take the trade with the Saints or would you pick here at 10?
That's really tough.
Now, just before you even answer, don't forget, we gave up a third. So we have a really long gap between our seconds at, 38 all the way to 108. That's a pretty big gap. So this does kind of slide in and offer you something in the middle there. That's still leaning towards the front end, but it's still toward, it's in the middle of those picks. So that could help motivate us if, we remember we don't have a third because we gave it up for Amari Cooper. Does that help?
Yeah, that definitely does help. And if you gave it up, then I could absolutely see Joe Douglas wanting to rekindle some draft assets there. So I would probably pull the trigger on it, GreenBean.
Okay. All right. So Matt O'Leary says the Saints. I'm going to tell you, I agree with him. That would be the deal I take, and we'll try to counter it. We'll see if we can get another sixth, maybe a seventh, something. We'll see if we can get our small fries, maybe a slice of cheese on this burger, whatever we can get. We'll take it. So I'm seeing a couple for the Lions. I see a few for the Saints. Rob V says we must get a first for next year. Yeah, I know. When they're not offering it, one thing I've learned about the Sims, well, at least this one, when they're not offering a first, if you try to reorganize it and make it a first, they say no almost 100% of the time. So we're not even going to play with that. Thomas Cahill says no. I'm seeing a few no's. Saints, no trade. Saints, Lions, Saints. Ooh, the Saints are pulling ahead. Saints, a couple Raiders, Saints, only like 4 Lions so far. Bill Liebold says the Saints as well. And so we're seeing a few. I think the Saints have it. Hey, Jeremy, I want to remind everybody, Jeremy Cravat from NFL Chaos with Jeremy is also in the back. He's trying to help us organize our thoughts. And he's also probably going to eat 3 subs and a bowl of chili and everything else that he does,
Amazing.
Tacos and burritos. But Jeremy, if you could, just kind of help. If you see one that's more than the other, just let me know. A little bit of help in the private chat. Look at him. He's got some food. Yep.
Of course he does.
This situation, I know. He's always eating, Jeremy. Poor fella. So Chris said this is tough. Watu2K said it's tough. I agree. But I got to say, I think the Saints have it. The Saints have it for sure. The nose would be next, but the Saints. So we're going to go ahead and take the Saints trade. That's who has it. So we're going to go. This is our first accepted trade outside of the one we made pre-draft. Let's see if we can get a little something. So they gave us 49 and a 6th next year. Let's see if I can get pick 236 this year. What do you think, Matt? This looks good.
Give it a go. The worst they can say is no.
That's right. The worst they can say is no. We'll try to counter with next year's 7th. Here we go. No, that's it. They're saying nothing. All right, so we're going to take the Saints. Now we can start thinking who we want at pick 18. Let's see who they were dying to get up here for. Who is it? Garrett Wilson. That's who they wanted.
Okay.
Kenyon Green is off the board. Sauce Gardner's off the board. So all the guys, there was a couple of comments that I saw, Matt. They said, no, take Icky right now. So look, Aquanu is still on the board, my friends. So that's an interesting one. What do you think of that, Matt? Did any of the players that you were hoping would be there at 18, did any of them get taken off the board for you?
The guy that, if I were to stay put, I would have definitely pounced on Aquanu. I would be almost stunned if he makes it past one of the Giants picks. So what's the second one? Pick 7, I believe.
Yeah.
There's almost no way in my mind that he is sitting here in real life at pick 18. I would be floored if that were the case.
So in real life, if that's the guy you wanted, you would feel like you had to take him at 10 and not risk that.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know if he would be there for you at 10 because of other teams. Like if we're operating under the assumption that Jacksonville's taking an offensive lineman, which is likely, if it's Neal, then to me the next best offensive lineman is Ekwonu, and the Jets, the Giants, one of those two teams I feel like are going to end up with him.
Okay, yeah. I think I mean, look, as we know, I mean, guys get pretty firm, like this guy will never be here. I mean, it happens every year, man. There are guys that slip every single year. A good example was DK Metcalf. When he ran that super crazy 40 time, there were people talking about him as a top 15 pick. He made it all the way to the bottom half of the second round. Right. So you just never know. So that's the thing. We play what's in front of us. So guys, we are at pick 18, but we have more trades to consider. So let's take a look at them real fast. Green Bay wants us to slide back 10 picks and give them 162 for pick 59. So that would be a third. Oh no, that's a second. Yeah, it's a second as well. The Bears want to get in on this. They want us to go back to 39 for pick 71, a second and third. So chat, don't forget we're talking about the trade. So we have the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears trying to get in, pick 28 and 39 respectively. If you like no trades, say no. If you like one, say yes. And the team, Matt, where are you on this one? Are you sticking and staying, or are you accepting one of these trades?
If the board really fell this way, I would say no way and draft Ekwonu. Like I said, I don't think he is going to make it past pick 7. So the fact that he is still sitting here at pick 18, I feel like it'd be foolish to trade back again. I would take him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like, look, Watu so it looks like it might even be unanimous. This is rare, Matt. I don't even know if I've ever seen a unanimous. I mean, I don't see one. Oh my God, we are unified. This is an historic moment. I've never seen us this unified. So okay, we're going to deny the trades. Now we got to talk about our guy. Let's look at the big board here. We got Chris Olave up top on their board. We have some really, really good names. We got Linderbaum, we got Lloyd, we got Ekwonu. We got a safety, Daxton Hill. We have wide receiver, Drake London. We got Nakobe Dean. So we have our choice of linebackers, and we have really our choice of two of the linemen that most people are clamoring for, Icky and Linderbaum. They're both there. So guys, put your player in the chat who you want. Matt O'Leary has spoken. He says he would run to the podium and grab Ekwonu. So I think I would go Linderbaum here, but
okay.
Yeah, I think if I'm going offensive line here, I would go Linderbaum. I am a fan of also taking Nakobe Dean here. What did we do for? Oh, we got Hutchinson, right? So I'm splitting it up. Let's give Zach a little protection, right, Matt?
Can I add, if you're taking Linderbaum, what's the plan with McGovern then? Are you cutting him or are you moving him to guard?
I would either one of two things. Number one, Linderbaum can play guard as well. So you can take him right in, plug and play, and our right guard is filled. But there could be a competition, or whatever the coaches want to do, moving McGovern to the right. And if you really think Linderbaum is an upgrade at center over McGovern, then that's fine. But hey, man, keep Connor McGovern there for a year. Move Linderbaum to right guard. Now we're solid, and see where it goes from there. Next year we could move Linderbaum over, or hey, maybe McGovern goes to the Pro Bowl. He's an All-Pro. Who knows? And our line is fixed. I got no problem with a center playing guard, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I wouldn't be upset if Linderbaum was the pick. I think I kind of lean Ekwonu because of his ability to play both tackle or guard. So, because to me, guard is the bigger issue. So we're really looking here for a right guard fix. But if the injuries with Mekhi Becton continue, then you can just say, okay, then Ekwonu could be our tackle of the future. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And then if Fant leaves in free agency and Mekhi's fine, then you can have Ekwonu move to tackle after this year and take over for Fant. So that's kind of my logic behind it. But
it makes sense.
I love Linderbaum as a prospect. Like, honestly, he's a home run pick. he's a no doubt, like, he's better than Creed Humphrey, and I was very high on Creed Humphrey last year at center. So either way, I'm good, but I lean Ekwonu a little bit.
Well, and look how good Creed Humphrey ended up being, right? You know, that's one of those things like, you know, when you just can't get everybody you like in a round. Like we took Elijah Moore. I have no second guesses about that. I love him. I'm happy with the pick, but you lose out on a Creed Humphrey in that situation. So it's looking like Ekwonu had it and Linderbaum made a comeback, but I still think it might be Ekwonu. Eric Morgan's now resorted to begging. He's like, please, what's Jeremy saying? It's split. So it looks like Ekwonu has it. Yeah, I wanted Humphrey too. I did. I'll tell you what, I didn't think Humphrey would make it as far as he did to the bottom of the second, just like right? Crazy. You never know, guys. That's why the guys in the chat saying like to be realistic, Ekwonu wouldn't be there. Like, guys, there is no realistic. Like, guys that shouldn't slide every single year. And we don't know the reason. Sometimes it just, hey, it happened. Sometimes there's a little bugaboo that teams have or whatever. But it looks like Ekwonu has it. So there we go. You get your 2 guys in a row, Matt. You are slamming this draft down, buddy. I'm telling you. Okay, where is he? Icky Ekwonu coming to the Jets, that pick number 18, and we gained a second and still got Icky. Not a bad deal, fellas. Not a bad deal. There goes Perry and Winfrey, the defensive tackle that ended up being the MVP. Whoa, what the hell happened? What happened?
We only did a 1-rounder.
Oh, I'm the worst. Matt, I'm the worst.
No.
Holy shit. I haven't done this yet. I did this a couple times last year. I suck. All right, so we got to start it again. We'll get through it.
All right.
We're going to blow through it. What the hell? I'm telling you. I got all happy because I had to make my... Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. Wait.
That's amazing.
It is. I'll tell you. Sorry. I wanted to impress Matt O'Leary and show him how efficient we are. So let me make a trade with the Dallas Cowboys real quick to give them our third for Amari Cooper. Sorry, guys. Well, look, we get a second lease on life here. If you didn't like the way it went, we're not getting Hutchinson again. No, I'll tell you that.
No, we got.
All right. So we're gonna give them our third, and for their 7th, they'll take this. All right. There it is. All right. So let's start. Let's see how it goes, guys. I'm gonna blow through it. Okay. I'm gonna blow through it and get as close as we can. Come on. No, look at that, Matt.
Oh,
see how it went?
That's depressing.
All right. So real quick, guys, tell me who we want. Matt, who you taking here? We're not going to take the trade because we're going to go. I fucked it up. I can't believe it. This is an interesting trade, though. Look at this trade.
That's a lot coming our way. But if Evan Neal is sitting there, that's the guy that I'm taking. And it's for the reason that I just explained with Ekwonu. He can play guard in year 1 and then move out to tackle if either George Fant leaves or if you have injuries with Mekhi Becton. So Neal would be my selection, but let's see what the chat likes.
Okay, well, Matt O'Leary just made a case for the 360-pound Evan Neal, who, by the way, is versatile enough to fill that right guard spot. Let's say Fant and Becton are both lights out next year. Evan Neal can be placed at the right guard spot. So there's that, as can Ekwonu. So we gotta get through this one a little bit quicker. So you guys want this trade? That's a monstrous guard, Red. Yeah, it is. That's a big boy. That's one of those guys you're like, holy shit. That's a big fella.
You're falling 16 picks back, though. That's like, it is a lot.
Right. It is a lot, but and we don't even get a first for next year. So that's why me personally, we want to take Icky here. At least we guaranteed to get one of our guys that we got in the last.
You could do that. You could do that if you want. It don't matter to me. I would grab one of the offensive linemen. I prefer Neal over him, but I'm not going to be upset if Ekwonu's the pick.
Well, here's a proposition for you guys. How about, last time we got Aiden Hutchinson, how about we take Karlaftis and just go with the same position? How about we try to get it as close as we can, guys? What do you guys think? I don't want to spend all night on this. This is my bad. Or you want to just go ahead and take Evan Neal and start fresh? Yeah, they're blaming Jeremy for that, which is, I think, a good thing. You know what to do. Jeremy's
he's a rat.
mess. He's a rat. I love it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take Evan Neal. That's what we're going to do. You know, I am staunchly against this, but I'm feeling very submissive right now because it's my own fault that we're in this friggin' situation.
Oh, no.
So,
I don't like to hear that.
That's okay. I'll get through it. So we're going to take Evan Neal. Here we go. Sorry, guys, but this is the way it goes, and we'll see where it goes. Charles Cross, Andrew Booth, Matt Corral. See if we get this. This is a similar trade. Similar trade, but not quite. So this trade is similar to the last one we took, but that one was to pick 18. This one gives us an additional second for next year, and it was at pick 49 that we gained. Remember, we don't have a third. Matt, you going to take this and try to get close to what we got last time, or are you thinking, hey, man, we're fresh? I don't like this trade.
See,
what do you think?
I have two thoughts here. My first is, okay, you move back, you get another second, and you can fill out more stuff next year. Also, I'm seeing George Karlaftis there, and that is really appealing. So my mindset is this. It's either Karlaftis or take the trade. I wouldn't look at anybody else on this list.
Okay, guys. So I like how Matt's thinking there. I actually do. It's like, okay, there's a player that we can get. If we're not taking that player, the rest of them, we could slide back and still be in a similar pool, a player pool. So what do you guys think? I set it up wrong again? No, I didn't. What are you saying, Matt? Did I set it up wrong again? I didn't set it up wrong again.
That would be hilarious.
If it's wrong again, I'm going to cry. We need an edge. Well, don't forget, Jermaine Johnson and Boye Mafia are all there. Ojabo, all that, guys. Let's see where Jermaine Johnson is ranked these days real quick. Let's just see where they have him. He hasn't probably. There he is. He's number 28, so he's still a first.
I think, honestly, after his performance this past week, I think he's going to jump into the top 15. I would be surprised if he's there for you at 35, like I've seen in some mock drafts.
Interesting. So I'm really curious to see what Matt says that I traded next year's third, did I? All right, then we're going to give number 69 away. See, I'm all frazzled now. I had so much. I was all calm. I thought I set it up beautiful, nice and slow. Now I choked it. So we still have pick 69. Let me make sure they're right. Is that what I did? Yep, there it is. I did it wrong again. I can't believe it. All right, so number 69, we're just going to not pick anybody. I'm going to trade it away right now. How's that? Here we go.
Trade it for, I don't know, whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll set it up right, you bastards. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make a trade with the Dallas Cowboys again. Let's see. Number 69 for their sixth. There it is. Okay, good. See, now we're good. We cleaned it up. Now we just don't have a phantom third next year either. All right, guys. So what do we want to do? We have a trade on the that trade's not there anymore for some reason. Okay, so let's just pick a player. I fucked up this first round so bad. We had Aiden Hutchinson and Aquanu going into this. We were rocking. That
would be and you traded down too, by the way. You didn't take Aquanu at 10. You got him at 18, which is just wild to me, but oh well.
Yeah, the trade is gone because I did that trade. So we're just going to pick a player. So it's Karlaftis, Kenyon Green, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. Who do we want? Pick a player. And then we'll get through this crazy ass first round that I made. I can't believe it. Okay, Johnson has a higher ceiling than Carla. Potentially. We're going to see in the combine too. You're going to see some stuff on these guys, how athletic they really are. And I'm telling you, I've seen people in the combine, as have we all. Their whole entire draft stock either skyrockets or plummets. Like look at Ja'Kai Polite. He went into the combine as a first round pick. He left there as Mike McCagnon being the only general manager that still wanted him. Okay, Karlaftis, Traylon Burks, Linderbaum.
I don't know if I'm giving up a pick for a receiver and then drafting a receiver. I think I'd probably look for edge here.
Karlaftis has it. That's who it is. He's the most consistent. Okay, so Karlaftis has it, and we'll get into the second. Thank God. And here he comes, guys. There he goes, George Karlaftis. So we still got the same two positions, everybody. So we did okay, all things considered. Now there goes Ojabo. There goes Devin Lloyd. Drake London, the rumored wide receiver that Joe Douglas dreams about at night, which I think just might be smokescreen. There goes Traylon Burks, Matt. There's your guy. He went to the Bucks because we stole Godwin, probably.
Nasty.
Malik Willis goes to the Washington Commanders. So they got, look at this. Yeah, Malik Willis and Isaiah Spiller. Look at that, Matt. They're changing their offense.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, we have two trade offers. We are now at pick 35. The Ravens would like us to slide back 10 spots. And for that privilege, we will get to make a 2-round jump next year from 4th to 2nd. We know Joe Douglas loves trades like that. So then we have the Panthers. Look at this. This is friggin' ridiculous. So they want us to go back to 105, and they'll give us next year's first. What do you guys think?
Wow. Holy.
See, that's quite the jump back, though, isn't it? That's quite the jump back.
But you have a pick in 3 picks. Like, I don't know. Yeah. This is hard.
This is hard because that is some serious capital. That's a first. And it's almost believable because the Carolina Panthers are not necessarily on top of their game right now. They're all over the place. So, guys, remember, in the chat, if you want no trade, say no. If you want a one of the trades, you say yes, and the team that you want. Okay, Panthers first is legit. Yeah, it might be top end. That's a good point, Windows. That's a good point. Carolina top 10 next year. See, that's a good point.
That's where I'm at, because that could be, like you said, a top pick. Even the other trade, the first one I was intrigued with. But my heart is telling me to grab Trey McBride right now and forget about it. But, I mean, are we going to take the gamble that he's going to be there at 38? I might be willing to
3 picks, right? If you really want a guy, this is the kind of trade that you would honestly consider. Like, guys, we might not be able to pass this up. And we do have a pick and 3 picks. So it looks like the Panthers got it. I mean, there's no is definitely next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carolina. Ooh, the no's are coming back. Let me see. Panthers. Yes. Panthers. Yes. It's going to be it's yes. No. No, yes. Panthers next year's first, giving us Darnold back. That's funny.
Amazing.
Jin Pak. Well, we got to try to play it real, Jim Pak. You know, as real as we can. You know, after I blow it for you guys in the first round. But that's just, hey, that's one of those things. You know, it happened. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking my vote is to take it. And I think, I mean, I don't know. The no's are pretty strong. No, make the trade. Jeremy says what? What is he saying?
He's saying yes.
He said take the trade. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're going to take the trade. I'll try to even counter it. Let's see if we can get a 7th. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's see if we can get next year's 7th. Let's try this year's first. Let's see. Like, we'll do it if you throw that in. No. Okay.
That's the backbreaker for him.
Yeah, there's a nope. Get out of here. All right, one more counter and we'll see. No, okay. So we got to take it. So we'll just take the trade. Interesting turn of events here. So let's see if our boy Trey McBride makes it 3 picks. Carolina wanted Kenny Pickett. And look, the guy that we were talking about is there. Now, if you wanted Zion Johnson or Trevor Penning, you lost out. But interesting. That was an interesting development, Matt O'Leary. That was crazy. So we have 2 more trades. The Patriots want to get in the action. You know, Joe Douglas is not afraid to trade with the Pats. They want us to go back to 54, and they'll give us a 3rd for the right to do it.
Nope.
That's interesting. The Dolphins want us to go back to 50 and give them 145 for next year's 2nd. What say you, Matt O'Leary?
No, I want a player here. We already moved once. I'm kind of all set with moving back.
Okay, so right. I think it looks to me like the chat is way on board with you. Now they're looking at Kyle Ornsby says, who cares what Jeremy says? Well, he's counting for us, Kyle Ornsby. You seem upset tonight. You're a little tense. Everything okay, Ornsby? Talk to me. Talk to me, buddy. He seems a little bit tense.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I mean, usually he's pretty loose and goosey, but tonight he seems a little firm, Matt. So let's see. Yeah, I think everybody is all right. We're going to take a look and see what we picked, though. So let's do that real fast, just so we can get our bearings here. Here's our draft so far. Significantly different than the last first round, but the same positions. So we got Evan Neal and George Karlaftis. We slid back and got next year's first for 35, and that leads us with 38. So right now we gained an extra first next year and Amari Cooper. That's what we have too. You can't forget that. And now we're at pick 38. So it looks like everybody's on the Trey McBride thing. Is that your player, Matt? Did you say that?
Yes, I would absolutely take McBride here.
Okay. Yeah, it's McBride, but Windows wants to throw one more stone at me. He says, seriously, that messed up draft was lining up as a draft for the ages for us. Hutchinson and Icky with extra draft picks. I know. I'm with you, Windows. It was as good as we were ever going to do, and I freaking blew it. And I never blow it.
It's really a shame that Jeremy blew this for us because we
That's right. That's right. Jeremy, I should have never let him in here, All right, so we're going to get Trey McBride. Here he comes. That is the word on the street. Trey McBride is our guy. Like, see what I'm saying, Matt? Like right now, we know we could probably wait a little while for Trey McBride. Like they have Likely and Wiedermeyer before him, but we know our guy. So we're going to go ahead and take Trey McBride at pick 38. Now we have quite the little ways to wait now, but in the meantime, we just got to remember we got Amari Cooper. So Zach Wilson has a legitimate top flight wide receiver. Now, maybe leaning towards the back end of his career, that's fine, but he's still a solid wide receiver. Would you be happy if we did this trade in real life, Matt?
Yeah, for a third and Denzel, yeah, I definitely would be. And I mean, it. I was high on Denzel. I was right there with you. I liked him at Baylor and as a rookie, but that to me, that's just a significant upgrade. And a true number one receiver. And then that kind of allows you to, address a defensive position that early in Karlaftis, and you're still drafting a premier offensive lineman and Evan Neal who can play either guard or tackle. So I really like this so far.
Yeah. Well, I know I feel similarly. Like somebody just said in the chat too, like McBride feels like a Jet.
Yeah, he does.
No, I could say that, right? I could say the same thing about Ruckert. I really can. And we know the obvious reasons. He's an actual living, breathing Jets fan, Yeah. But those guys, they feel like we're supposed to have them. Like it really does feel like that. It's like if we don't come out of this draft with at least one of those two guys, I'm going to be surprised. I really am.
McBride is giving me Elijah Vera Tucker vibes from last year where everyone was talking about him and it just makes sense. And now for me, like I'm going to be honest with you, McBride is a better player and I think he's a home run and I would be thrilled, but I'd be lying to you if I said that a little part of me wasn't rooting for Ruckert to become a Jet just for the storyline of the Long Island kid.
Yeah.
He grew up a Jet fan like that. That's awesome. But McBride would be a home run here. I think that's the one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I think I would be happy with Ruckert. Sincerely, I'd be happy. But if you have your choice, I'm coming away with McBride. I keep getting the question. So where do I place McBride with Freiermuth? Everybody knows it was, I was very open about my love for Pat Freiermuth last year. And people are always asking me, so do you like McBride more than Freiermuth? And I have to say I don't, but that doesn't mean I don't love McBride. I mean, Freiermuth to me was like the epitome of the tight end that we want. It's almost scarily, if that's a word, very similar to what Kyle Brady looked like coming out. Like Kyle Brady was everything you wanted in a tight end, man. That's what Rich Kotite said. I couldn't pass him up. Now we should have taken Sapp. But all right, so we are up here, Matt. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we have a trade offer. The Giants want us to slide back 4 spots and give them Dallas's 7th that we got somehow. Maybe that was the bullshit trade I did. Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of fake. But they want to give us pick 172. What do you think about this, Matt? Let us know in the chat. You taking this one, a little 4 back?
See, now, if this is real life, I would say sure. But if this is like fake trade, we were trying to make it up, then I might just stay put here and try to keep it as quote unquote realistic as we can.
Okay, so you think you would stay?
Yeah, I think I might stay here.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at some big board and see how decimated this draft board has become since we picked last 70 picks ago almost. So Jeremy Ruckert is there. We could double dip and just finish this tight end room off. Oh, that's the tight end. So we also have, you have running back Tyler Algier there. We have, some running backs, Jerome Ford. I believe that's one of the guys you like, Matt.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I would be all for that.
Yeah, I like Rashad White, and he actually had a very good showing in the Senior Bowl. And I was very happy about that. He had his touchdown stolen from him with a little penalty action, but that's okay. So we got, look at this. We got some defensive tackles, got a nice other tight end, a nice tackle here. So there's Jeremy Ruckert. We got some cornerbacks. So you guys want to double dip or you want to get another offensive lineman? Here's our draft. We got a tackle. We got an edge. We got a tight end. So maybe we look at the linebackers. What position are you looking for right here, Matt?
See, now it depends. Did we sign a tight end in free agency? Because if you did, then I'm saying, all right, forget tight end. But if not, then I would say Ruckert probably makes sense. But linebacker really jumps out to me as a need.
Leo Chanel is there. Now, they have him rated at 147. I think that's baloney. But he's big, man. I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at this guy. He is just under 260 pounds and is an absolute Mack truck that can move. So I don't know. Jesse Lukita, he had a good week.
That's true.
So, yeah, I would like a linebacker here, too. I got to be honest. So what is the chat saying? Linebacker or safety? Chanel, I know he'll last Y2K, but again, we don't want to use the numerics of the PFN rating system to kind of play with it. If we like a guy, I want to see what we want to do. Dom C says Beavers.
Okay.
He wants this linebacker from Cincinnati. Dom is he's doing some studying on linebackers coming up. So as you guys know, Dom C is writing weekly articles for GreenBeanjetsfan.com, and they are knocked out of the park, man. I could not enjoy reading them more. Even though I knew he was going to write something well, I'm still surprised by how well they're written and how much I enjoy them. So we got some double dipping. I think everybody's kind of looking at linebackers. And so D. Vieira brings up another position, and let's take a look.
Okay.
And that is wide receiver. Let's see who's still there. Man, we got beat up in wide receiver, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That not having that extra second and that third, this is tough business. Not having a third.
It is, but I think we could probably operate under the assumption that Braxton Berrios is back. And if your top 4 receivers are Amari Cooper, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Braxton, I think you could survive without necessarily having to take one in this draft.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe Braxton Berrios might price himself out of the Joe Douglas value system.
That $9 million, if that's true, the $9 million, that is crazy money to me. I don't put him anywhere close to that evaluation.
Yeah, 9. I know. I was saying like 6, and then maybe if you're going to lose him for another $500,000, like you can go up to 7. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, all right, maybe you overpay a little bit. Don't lose them, for a point. You know what I'm saying? But 9.
That's not even close to where I'm at. like I think it probably should fall between 5 and 6, kind of like what you were saying. But again, 9, that's almost double where we're at. That's crazy to me.
Right. That's a lot. And as much as we like him, it's going to suck, though, because Bill Belichick's going to go overpay him and bring him back. And Bill Belichick knows how to use that exact style of player.
Probably.
And then it's going to suck.
He'll be a 1,000-yard receiver, and we'll be miserable because that's how it goes.
Absolutely. Exactly. Like we could see it coming. We've been here before.
Sure.
So I think the linebackers so far have it. I had some cornerback questions. I showed you guys the cornerback board. This is the safety board. I'll get back to the big board. It's looking like linebacker is the position that is being talked about most, and Matt and myself are in the same pocket. So this is the big board. You got Darian Beavers from Cincinnati. That Dom C likes Darian Beavers. We could double dip at tight end. We're probably going to lose him. We have 105 and 108, so we could do some damage right here.
That's true.
So let's look at the linebackers. Let's make a pick between Darian Beavers, Bernard, McLean, or Chanel. What do you guys think? That's who we'll pick from. So we got those top 4 linebackers. That's what this pick is going to be. One of these top 4 linebackers. Matt, if you had to pick one, who you grabbing here?
Probably Chanel. I really like him. I think he plays with a little bit of a nastiness, which I like.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I said, like it's a Mack truck, man. Like he can move. He has that instinct to know where the ball is. Like he reads it very quickly. And when he comes, boy, he's coming. And I love that. We missed that. Like when we were watching the Midnight Miracle with my Patreon, the one thing that stood out was our linebacking core. It was Mo Lewis, Marvin Jones, Brian Cox, and a brand new young James Farrier. And dude, every single play, there was more than one of them in the middle of it. Like, boom, they were just running into the line. We haven't seen that in a while.
No. So, David Harris, probably, right?
Yeah, the first half of his career. He got fat and slow toward the end there.
Yeah.
But he was really good. He was one of the second-round picks that worked for us. So I see. I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was saying one of the few. I think it's linebacker here. Like I said, I prefer Chanel, but we'll see what the chat says here.
Yeah, it's split. Jeremy, you counting for me, buddy? He's counting. We had a question here from Misdirect. He says, Greenbean and Matt, is it possible to get comp picks this year? I'll go ahead and answer it and tell you it's just about impossible for the 2022 draft. It can be possible with the 2023 draft. We're going to lose some free agents depending on what Joe Douglas does and quantity, how much he brings in. We still could for 23, but don't forget, guys, the 2022 draft was affected by last year's free agent period. So we signed more than we lost last year. So no dice, sadly. No dice. Let's see what Jeremy says. 8-5 Chanel over Beavers. Okay, so Leo Chanel it is.
All right.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So let's grab him from Wisconsin. I like these schools. Wisconsin, Minnesota. I like this stuff. I like those cold weather guys.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have a trade offer here, guys. The Buffalo Bills, who I don't think Joe Douglas has traded with yet. They want us to go back from 108 to 127 and throw in a 7th. And they'll give us pick 167 and 185. So chat, yes or no on this trade? Matt, what are you doing with this one? Are you done? Are you done trading at all, or is this one a good enough offer for you to go? Interesting.
I'm at interesting. I'm not definite on it, so the chat could definitely sway me here. Part of me kind of just wants to grab the best player and keep it moving, but I don't know. Let's see what the chat says.
Okay, so guys, what do you think? Yeah, they were talking about Muma in there, and let me tell you something. That guy improved his draft stock too. He had a fantastic game, as did Asamoah, I believe. Not quite the game Muma had, but those guys did well for themselves. Conversely, Daniel Falele did not help himself in the slightest. That guy, that's one of the guys that that ended up getting negatively impacted by the Senior Bowl. So Jim Pock likes it so far. He said, we're going to be kicking ass after this draft.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're at pick 38. So I'm going to show you guys the big board. It doesn't look like anybody's too interested in this trade. No trade. No. Take yeah, they've moved on. They're talking about guys. I don't even care about this trade. So I'll get that off the board so you can see the big board here. And I'll address this super chat from Dom C. Hello, Dom C again. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. He says, Chanel really a 2-down linebacker. He makes sense if you are comfortable with Hamza playing in passing situations. Interesting. Sure. Interesting. See, now that's good. That's good intel, Dom. I like that. And hey, man, maybe they feel really good about Sherwood's coverage ability. That was really a shame that we didn't get to see him absorb this rookie year with the rest of the guys. You know what I mean? It would have been nice. Let him get his bumps and bruises out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would have really liked to. I was high on Hamza Nasruddin. Unfortunately, we didn't get a ton of it. But I don't know. I'm not really ready to give up on either Hamza or Sherwood. So I definitely agree that we should add to the linebacker room, but I think you can get some value there, especially in the passing attack.
Right. So they said no to this trade. So I see guys asking for safeties. Let's take a look at the safeties, and then we'll go back to the running back there. I just want to take a look at the safeties. We got Quentin Lake, Kirby Joseph, Sterling Weatherford, Isaiah Polamau, who sadly I'm losing my umph for. I liked him a whole bunch last year, but I've been reading and digging into him some, and as using Dom's information as well. I don't think he's the guy for us. He has a couple shoulder injuries, and he has been tackling softer, like favoring his shoulder all year. You know what I mean? So it's like he's kind of not the best tackler. Doesn't seem like he's a fit with us. So I think I'm souring a bit on my boy from USC there. Okay. So the running backs, we got Tyler Algier, Zonovan Knight, Cook, McCormick, Damian Pierce. Hey, Matt, you into taking a running back at this? I mean, this is right where we took Michael Carter last year. What would you think?
Not now. I would look for a bigger body running back. So like Haskins sticks out, Robinson Jr. sticks out, but I feel like you could wait around for both of those guys.
Okay. So, all right, guys, let me see what Jeremy's saying here. Super chat, Dom. Okay. Sweaty Balls says Ruckert. Oh, we still got Ruckert sitting there. Is that accurate? Jeremy Ruckert is still there. Now like Matt said, we got to really know what we did in free agency, but we assume that we did nothing in free agency. Like we just go in the draft and try to get as many needs as we can. So let's assume we didn't get Dalton Schultz. We didn't get Njoku, OJ Howard, any of the guys people are talking about. So we could double dip. Charlie Kolar is still there as well. I like him a bunch, and I like Dulich. Ferguson had himself a good game. Where's he? He's gone already, huh?
I was going to say, I like Ferguson a lot. I feel like he's going to be a good player for somebody.
Yeah, and let me tell you, that's another one that improved his draft stock, Matt. He had a nice showing. Really did.
Agree.
All right. So Jeremy Ruckert, let's double dip. Running back. Ruckert, grab him. Ruckert. Kobe Bryant. Van Valkenburg. There's our Viking. You haven't checked out Van Valkenburg yet?
No.
He's this big, huge Viking type of fella. I forget where is he? He's up in Iowa, right? I think he's Iowa. Yeah, I know, right? Just the name. We're like, ooh, all of us at the same time said, oh my God, we got to look at this guy. And we watched some stuff. He's kind of he's developmental. Let's say that.
Gotcha.
Ferguson is gone. So we can double dip. I'm seeing a lot of Ruckerts. Iowa, right, Eminon? Thank you. He confirms Iowa. So I see a lot of, New York Jets Smoking Lounge says tight end as well. So
all right,
looks like the tight end. Rucker wins easily. We get from the back, from the judges. You okay with taking Ruckert here, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. This feels like a little Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez without the murder.
without the murder charges. Yeah, okay, let's grab him. Jeremy Ruckert is coming. Now we have pick 114. There goes Zonovan Knight. I think Algier is still there. I don't know. I saw some people mentioning him. Let's see what we got. Let's look at the big board, Matt. Let's see what we got here. Yep, there's Algier way up top. We still got some guards. We have not gotten a safety in the deepest safety class since 2002. I will remind everybody that. This is the defensive big board. Beavers is still there, interestingly enough. Tariq Woolen. Let's see. Jalen Armour Davis from Alabama. That's an interesting one, as is Josh Jobe. Or is it pronounced Joby? Joby. It's Job, right? Isn't it Job?
I think Job. I'm almost positive Job.
Yeah. Tariq Castro Fields is somebody I've had my eye on for a while now. Tariq Castro Fields out of Penn State. So we're talking about Smoke Monday, great, right? So we got Ruckert, Julio. So that's good. Let's take a quick look at our draft. We grabbed Evan Neal and Karlaftis in the first. We got Trey McBride and Leo Chanel. And then we followed that with a double dip in the tight end room. And we got Jeremy Ruckert, the Jets fan from Long Island. That's good, from Ohio State. So if we're going safety, Dom C, who's the safety we grab here? You like any of these guys, Matt?
Smoke
Monday's gone.
Okay, maybe Joseph from this batch. I don't know a ton about any of these other guys, but I feel like safety or corner is probably the play.
Okay. Safety. I'm seeing a lot of safety in the chat. Rusty Spooner still wants Polomau. Castro Fields is pretty awesome. His reach. I know I like him too. I really do like Castro Fields. We can double dip at linebacker. We could take Beavers. We could. So Matt is Dom C is agreeing with O'Leary, and he is saying Kirby Joseph, the safety out of Illinois. So that would be a pick that would make me happy. We need a fun stopper, Jim Pock says. I'm the fun stopper with that shit I pulled in there earlier with the first round. That's me. I'm the fun stopper, Jim Pock. I know he means run stopper, I imagine. Oh, see, we need a run stopper linebacker while our defensive line pins their ears back. Well, that's Polo. I mean, that's Chanel. That's who we got there. So, guys, I will remind you, you could do a really solid, awesome thing by hitting that like button right now. It's appreciated, and it really helps me out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And I want to remind you, we have Matt O'Leary with us, Matt O'Leary NY, all over social media, way down to TikTok. So we got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, Matt O'Leary NY. And as you guys know, Matt O'Leary on YouTube as well. And don't forget the Just Jets Clips channel on YouTube as well. If you haven't subbed, please do. Just some of the best content out there, period. So don't forget to support the guys that are on your screen, and we can even say it for Jeremy as well. NFL Chaos with Jeremy. He's helping us out, counting this stuff in the back. Red Dog hit like on the way in. That's good, Red Dog. That's what I do too. As soon as I get to a stream I know I like, I click it. Just get it done.
Let's move.
All right, so it looks like Kirby Joseph. I'm seeing lots of safeties. Safety dance, Iowan Jets fan says. So Kirby Joseph it is. Here we go. We got ourselves a safety. Nice. This is a weird mock, man. Not having that third in the middle threw off. Like, we're used to seeing, right? With all these mocks that you see, it's like there's a lot of the same names. They shuffle around a little bit, but there's a lot of the same stuff. Not having that third in the middle, that was amazing. And then trading that second for next year's first. Sheesh. We got a whole chunk of players.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement, but you know what? I think we set ourselves up for a nice future here.
I do too. I like the players we're grabbing. So we have an offer from the Seahawks. They still had a couple picks left from the robbing that we did to them. So they want us to go from 145 to 152, and they will throw in their 7th round pick, 228. Any takers, let me know in the chat. What are you doing with this one, Matt? You leaving well enough alone, or you taking their free 7th round pick?
I think I'm going to say, you know what? I'm all good. We fleeced you a couple times already. We're just going to leave it be and take our best guy here.
Okay, so Matt's pretty done with these kinds of trades. Are, you know, you're not going to get much. We're going to be talking about a guy that nobody knows anyway at the bottom end, and I'm still knee deep in my own evaluation. So there's lots of players I haven't even looked at yet. So Jamal Adams for a 7th. Yeah, it's a good trade. Say, hey man, we'll give you a 7th for Jamal back. They'd say, you know what they'd say? Please do it.
Yes,
they would just to get the contract off the books. You know what I mean?
Stupid. We could have told him that was going to happen,
dude. $17.5 million for a safety. I mean, look, he did get 2 picks this year, so maybe we can't say the moniker that he can't catch to quite the degree, but he had numerous possible interceptions that he dropped still.
Yeah,
like
against Green Bay, that probably cost him that game.
Oh, totally did. Unbelievable, man. I do not regret that trade in the slightest. I can't wait to see who we really get with that pick. So let's see, who do we want here? So here's our draft. So we're going to say no to the trade. We have 2 picks left, 145 and 162. With our last picks, we got Jeremy Ruckert and Kirby Joseph, the safety. So we did not get a cornerback yet. We can double dip on edge. We could double dip on the offensive line. We haven't gotten an interior offensive lineman, oddly enough. We might want to bring one of them in, Matt. At least one.
Not a bad idea.
What do you?
It depends on who. Can we see the big board?
Yep. Let's see the big board. Get this off here, and we'll take a look at the big board. So we got Cameron Jurgens from Nebraska, is a nice center there. Again, you can look at centers as guards too. Generally speaking, if a guy can play center, he can play guard more times than not. Not always, but more times than not. So we got some wide receivers here. Sky Moore is a player that a lot of people like, including myself. We still have the running backs down here. Hassan Haskins is still there. Got some cornerbacks. Let's trim it and just look at the guards real quick, though. What are you going to say, Matt?
No, I was going to say, I feel like me personally, I'm between corner and running back here in the 5th round.
Interesting. Where's our next pick? 162. So after this pick, we have, what is that? 17 picks left between this one and our last pick. I will say Cole Strange. I think that's how you say it. Cole Strange had a very good Senior Bowl showing as well. Played some center, and that might be a guy we want to get. So what is the chat saying? We got running back, we got cornerback, and we have interior offensive lineman. We could double dip as well. They're saying Lukita. Is Lukita still there? Let me see. He is. We got some players here, guys. We got some players. 2 picks and players left. Let me see what they're saying. Safety or cornerback. What edge? He wants to double dip at edge. Imagine Boye Mafe still there. Tyreek Smith.
I don't think I would go back to edge, to be honest with you.
No.
At this point, I don't think I would reach back. Would you?
Not at this point, no. Unless, I mean, like I said, like if Boye Mafe was still there or somebody that has a lot of upside, like we still have a couple needs here. I wouldn't necessarily be going there. I will say this. Here's Zach Von Falkenberg. Here he is. He's an edge rusher, and they don't have nothing on him. So there he is, guys. Von Falkenberg has approached the board. He's coming. So what's the chat saying here, Jeremy? What do they got? We see some Lukita, bruiser running back. Donovan West, Dom C says center guard out of Arizona State. That's our boy Herm Edwards' team.
Yeah, there you go.
I would say I'm going, if it was my pick, I would be going with Cole Strange. That's me. But
Okay.
all right. Yeah. So guys, let's do this. The pick is between Cole Strange. We'll do a nice cornerback, Jalen Armour Davis or Castro Fields. And we're going to look and we're going to pick up a running back in this thing. So let's do Robinson or Hassan Haskins here. So we got Robinson or Haskins running back, Cole Strange or that other guy, interior offensive line, or we can go cornerback with Tariq Castro Fields or Jalen Armour Davis. What say you guys? Matt, what are you doing out of those guys? You're going running back, I think?
I agree. I think I'm going running back, and it's hard for me to choose between either Robinson or Haskins. I think both are a good fit because they're both over 6 foot, and they're both big guys who could pick up short yardage, which is exactly what this team needs.
Exactly what we need. All right, so it's looking like it's between Haskins and Cole Strange right now. Running back. You want to see the running backs? Let me see. Here we go. Here's the running back big board. I think I might want Brian Robinson if I was going with one of these two running backs. Okay. That might be the guy I take. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like running back has it. Although sure. Strange. Haskins, Rusty Spooner. I think you voted more than once. He really loves Haskins, though, so I get it.
That's okay. I like him too.
Chat is leaning toward Robinson, Jeremy says. He's counting. Robinson. Pick Trey Smith. That's who he wants.
Can we trust him after that mistake at the beginning where we only...
I don't know, Matt. He ruined it. He really did. We had a good vibe going. Oh, we were gonna crush this draft. It was gonna be the best ever, I think.
I think so. They would have wrote stories about it. Movies.
Yeah, totally. All right, so it looks like Robinson has it. So here he comes. We got ourselves a running back. Let's see if maybe that interior offensive lineman or one of our cornerbacks make it. Brian Robinson, running back. There goes Quentin Lakes. There goes Juergens. Tariq Castro Fields gone. Charlie Kolar gone. Who else? Cole Strange. There he goes. Oh, and Armour Davis. All of our guys that we were considering are no longer there. We're going to deny this trade. Well, you know what? I'll let everybody. Matt, this is our last pick, 162. You want to gain an early 7th rounder, or maybe this is a late 6th, or you just wrapping this up? What do you think?
Can I see the board before I make my decision?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, I'm probably taking Job and then just calling it a day.
You're taking Job and calling it a day. Interesting. So. I like Sky Moore here too. I do. I like Job. I like Sky Moore. Interesting. There's still a few guys. And if we're going edge, Tyreek Smith. I don't hate these guys here, fellas. So what do you guys think? Let us know. Do you want the trade or not? I'll address this super chat. V-Man, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, how pathetic are Pats fans thumping their chest at Mac Jones being a Pro Bowl alternate? Can't wait till Wilson surpasses him. What do you think about that one, Matt? Are you laughing at the Pats fans here, or what do you think?
It just shows you where the Pro Bowl is that Mac Jones made it to the Pro Bowl. Now I know, like Josh Allen said, I'm all set because I want to go golfing or whatever, and like I don't blame him. It's a meaningless game. I don't know. I don't look at Mac Jones as a top 3 quarterback in the AFC. That's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, look, in fairness, there was a time when Leo Williams was a Pro Bowl alternate. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of Jets fans said some stuff. You know, we were pumping our chests a little bit. Leo Williams was a Pro Bowl alternate, and there were lots and lots of Jets fans calling him a Pro Bowler. So I get it, but I think Mac Jones has already peaked. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not to say he won't be a winning quarterback with the organization he's in and everything, but I don't know if he's going to like develop into this world beater. Like, he is what he is, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, I think he's not going to, I think he's pretty close to his ceiling. And that, ironically, my video tomorrow is going to be about the rookie quarterbacks. And I think Mac obviously had the best year, but he's pretty close to his ceiling, where I think Wilson, Lawrence, and Fields obviously struggled, but I think they have a lot of interesting traits that make them intriguing going into their second year. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, dude, those guys have some serious upside, man. It's just going to take a minute. It takes a minute sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, right. Bino says Mac has a noodle arm. I agree. I know, right? Look, people are like, I forgot it was even on. That's the thing.
they stopped tackling. Like years ago, the Pro Bowl was still a pretty good game. Now it's nothing.
I was talking, I don't know if you listened to Just Jets yet or not, but I said the last Pro Bowl I watched was in 2007 when Lifehouse performed at halftime and Jeff Garcia played quarterback for the NFC.
That was a Lighthouse. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was the last one you watched?
Yeah, it's been about probably, I don't know, how long is that? 15 years, 14 years since I've watched it.
Wow. Wow. See, I watched the one with Jamal Adams in there when he jumped on what was it, the Patriots mascot, I think it was?
Yeah, I remember the clip from Twitter, but there's no shot I watched any of that game.
Yeah, I think we had Andre Roberts and Jason Myers in there, which we both let. Why keep Pro Bowlers? You know what I mean? Why?
Yeah.
So, all right. So you guys want this trade or not? What are we doing? Hello, J. Cole. Let's see. They don't even tackle in the pro. I know it is, Jeb. I'm with you. I liked it better when they just played Madden. Just play Madden. At least they'll hit each other in that game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Let's see. All right, so we're not going to take the trade, and we're going to take a pick. So look, guys, Jesse Lukita is still there. In my opinion, an absolute gem there. We have Josh Jobe. So let's say Sky Moore, Jesse Lukita, Josh Jobe, and let's get that edge. Where did he go? Let me see something. Tyreek Smith. What do you guys think? Or we can look at the kickers real quick, Matt. What do you think about this?
Is there I mean, I feel like we're reaching at this point.
I know. Well, hey, if you only have one more pick and you needed a kicker, why not?
Yes.
We are where are we? We're in the fifth. We're in the fifth round.
I guess.
Hey, I think it was the Bills who took McPherson in the fifth, wasn't it them?
No, Cincy.
Wait, who's the Bills kicker? What's his name?
The Bills kicker? I couldn't tell you, but I know
Evan McPherson, isn't it? Or is that the guy? No, that's Bengals. Yeah. Okay, so everybody's looking. I'm seeing a lot of Lukitas here. Jobe, Lukita. No, Lukita. I think Lukita has it. Tyler Bass. That's who it is. Right. They used a sixth on Tyler Bass, and the Bengals, I believe, used a fifth on Evan McPherson. Yep. Crazy, man. And that's, well, look, when you want a guy, you said he's the best kicker out there for me, just go get him, right? Fuck it.
I was going to say Steven Hauschka, but I think it's been a few years since he's been the Bills kicker.
Yeah. It's been a minute. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab Jesse Lukita. Now, before we let this draft end, we are going to check our division rivals and see what they did as well. That's become a fun little thing. Ooh, so let's get Jesse Lukita. We're doubling up on linebacker.
Okay.
So there he goes, everybody. So we'll watch this for a minute. So again, this is an interesting draft experience. This is not normal. We don't usually have a quick one-round mock and then come back and try to reproduce it. But I think we did okay. We'll look it up when we're all done. We'll check it out and we'll do some letter grades and all that. I know Jim Pox talks about Pinheiro. I think Pinheiro is a good kicker too. I mean, he's perfect. So, hey, I think I'd still bring a guy in, for competition, but I'm not really worried about the kicker position like I was the last 3 years. I think like at least we have a guy in that I feel a little confident in. Are you still bringing a guy in, Matt? Are you letting Eddie Pinheiro go? Where do you stand with him?
So Pinheiro was solid, but I worry about his range over 50 yards. I don't know if he has a super strong leg. So I think it's worthwhile to at least bring in competition for training camp.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And that's the thing. Like, look, we gave a futures contract to Amendola, and for the specific reason that his leg is almost unbeatable. I mean, his leg is super strong. Problem with him is that he can't make kicks, under 40, or under 50 even, So that's a shame. We have two kickers together. Maybe we keep them both. Let Pinheiro do everything from 40 and under and let Amendola kick over that.
Sure, why not? And have one of them punt.
There you go. Hey, Amendola was a good punter. So this is the end of the draft. Remember that game? What was that? Week 1, Amendola came in and was like player of the week. Yep. Not bad. All right, guys. So let's check our division rivals before we go back and check our own draft. Here's the Bills draft. Let's see how they did. They started with Trent McDuffie. Then they went defensive tackle again, and they got Travis Jones. Then they got George Pickens, one of the receivers I really like in this draft. They got Thayer Mumford, a guard out of Ohio State. They got Josh Jobe, Hassan Haskins, DeJean Dixon, Peyton Hendershot, and DeMarco Jackson. This is a pretty strong top of the draft right here, man.
It is. George Pickens going to Buffalo would be really scary.
Terrible, right? Terrible. The only thing you got to worry about with him is health, but boy, is that guy a stud. So there's the Buffalo Bills draft. Let's take a look and see, where are they? Let's look at the Dolphins here. Ooh, so they got Nakobe Dean. They went tackle Sean Ryan out of UCLA. They grabbed my running back, Rashad White. They got Alec Lindstrom. This is a nice draft, guys.
Yeah.
Look, 2 running backs. They got Rashad White and Tyler Algier.
GreenBean, our boy, is going to be revamping that running game. You know that for a fact, Mike McDaniel.
Oh, you know he is. He is. I know that had to hurt. I don't like that they got a good offensive mind down there. I don't like it. You know?
I know. And I was rooting for our guy, McDaniel, to get a head coaching gig. And of course, he gets hired by a division rival. It's a shame. Now I got to root against him.
Now you got to hate him. Right. So they followed Alec Lindstrom, Tyler Algier. They went defensive tackle Haskell Garrett. Then they went Troy Anderson, Christopher Allen, Mike Rose, Jean Delance, and Dawson Deaton. This is a pretty good top. I really like all the way down to, let's say here. I really like that top end of the draft. So let's check and see what the Pats did. Where are the Pats? Let's see. Where'd they go? Come on, Patriots. Did I miss them? Where the hell are they?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
They're trading away everything. There they go. All right, so the Patriots did some interesting moving. They got Sauce Gardner. They got Breece Hall, Wan'Dale Robinson, Trey Barry. Yeah, it is. Wan'Dale Robinson is a cooker, man. He's a good guy. I'd like to see him.
Gardner and Robinson going to New England really sucks.
Yeah, totally. I don't love their tight end, but Boston College produces some solid players in that respect. So maybe going to Belichick too. He knows what to do with those guys. So there you go. They only had a few picks. So now let's take a look at our draft, guys. Here we go. And we'll do some letter grades. Let's forget about the first round schlub that we had earlier. So we started with Evan Neal. We followed that with George Karlaftis, the edge rusher out of Purdue. Then we went and grabbed Trey McBride, the best tight end in the whole class. We followed that with a smash mouth linebacker, Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin. Then we double dipped that tight end to give Zach Wilson a formidable tight end room, I should say. Jeremy Ruckert out of Ohio State. Then we followed that with safety Kirby Joseph out of Illinois, running back Brian Robinson Jr. out of Bama, and then linebacker Jesse Lukita out of Penn State, linebacker U. So not too bad. So everybody give us your letter grades in the chat. Matt, if you had to give a letter grade here, what are you giving it?
I mean, like A-, I think. There's some George Karlaftis slander in the comments, which I don't really care for too much. But I like that we're able to get a couple of tight ends. I like that we're able to add a big running back, double dip that linebacker, which I think is important too. I really like this draft. I think it was solid.
So, we also got, hey man, we got a first next year too. Don't forget about that. True. Don't forget about that, dude. That changes everything. We came out of this draft with a third consecutive year of multiple first rounders. And like was said in the chat, more than likely, the Panthers is going to be a top half of the draft. So that is a smart move by Joe Douglas. I'm curious here, though. Looks like something. I don't know why it's not. Hold on a second. Did we have another pick? No, we did not. Okay, I got nervous. I was like, why is it not showing us that first? Where we go? All right, so you would say A-, you said?
Yeah, I'm at an A-.
Okay. Let's see what the chat says. Okay. FOC starts and solid B plus. Not bad. Modine wants to get rid of Lukita and take Gabe. Well, what's your letter grade, Mo? Ant Jet says B. Nathan Colgrove says B. Yeah, well, all right. That's why I know. I wanted to make sure that we saw the picks before our division picks before it just cut us off. Anyway, there it is. That's what. So now it'll show the first. What the hell's going on? Oh, well, look at that. We actually got a first, a sixth, and a seventh. Not bad. So we got some B minuses from Jay Spector, a B minus from George Gillen, B plus from Jack Burke. Wat2K is not all that enamored. He says C plus. Hank C. B minus. What's
Kick
that?
rock.
C, right?
Kick rocks. Anything below a B, kick rocks.
Right. I agree. Eminon says B. Orphanage Builder DeGrom says B minus. Thomas Cahill, B plus. GVH, B. Right. We got a number one pick out of this one, too, man. This is pretty good stuff. Rob V says B. Braden Bethwaite says C plus as well. Braden, I thought you'd like this one.
Ooh.
Windows, yeah. Bino says B. M.I. Amish says B plus. He gives Jeremy a D minus for messing it up. That's really what it all boils down to here, Matt. Jeremy's
generous. That's generous.
Right. He ruined it. Jeremy ruined it. So, let's bring Jeremy on to say hello to. Here's Jeremy, the guy who ruined our draft. How you doing back there, Jeremy? What's your letter grade?
B plus.
B plus. Iowan Jets fan has and sorry to cut you off there, Jeremy. Iowan Jets fan has a interesting comment. He would say A minus, but no Van Valkenburg. It's nothing more than a D plus.
I understand.
Yeah, me too. Bradigan says B. Rob V, remind us about that first. Jason Valente says, yeah, man, we got a first. Give it an A. Y2K just says, I don't know. I didn't like that. Yeah, he was a little bit off, right? You thought we should have been here. We thought we should have zigged when we zagged. You thought we should have zagged when we zigged. I get it. And Amari Cooper, guys. That's a good point too. So we came out of this draft with Amari Cooper, an additional first and an additional sixth and seventh. Not too bad. And Brad Finkelstein says GreenBean and Matt get a B. Hey, man, I think you should give Matt an A, but I'll take the B. That's about as good as I could possibly get out of this one.
We'll survive.
Yeah, I think so. A's, B's. Forgot about the number one. Eminon raises it. What is that?
My fault.
What?
My wife.
Oh, okay. All right. It's okay. Smoking Jay says Karlaftis has to work out to make it great. That I agree with. This draft.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, think about it. This draft, and let's just bring it to the top. This draft plus an additional first and Amari Cooper. Not a bad offseason, my friends. Not a bad offseason. Lots of B's, lots of A, a couple A's. New York Smoking Lounge says this is an A. Right, Mo D likes it now. It's a B plus. So, yeah, man, I had a good time. Matt, I'm sorry that your first time being a full-fledged co-host on the mock started that way because, boy, oh, boy, we started it with Hutchinson and Aquanu. We had an extra second. Oh,
I was dreaming. I thought it doesn't get any better than this. I was going to get ready to carve my own Joe Douglas statue for outside of the draft. But listen, it happens. It's all right.
I spilled these wafers on the keyboard. I'm just,
Let's see them. Let me see those. Oh, yeah, they look good. I got to eat. I'm starving. Right. So Jim Pock says we improved edge offensive line and the tight end room is completely revamped, everybody. So I think we did a good thing. Smoking Jay says 2 tight ends, 2 linebackers, a running back, offensive line, first round pick, and Cooper. Huge. This would be better than any draft. This right here would be better than any McCagnon, any Idzik, any Tannenbaum. You know what I mean? Like, really. This, I mean, maybe not any Tannenbaum. You did have the Revis draft and the 2006 Ferguson Mangold draft. But yeah, man. So, Matt, I'm glad that you came and hung out, I should say. We'll stop sharing this now so we can see each other. Look at that. Look how big you are.
It was fun. That was a lot of fun going through that. I like getting the chat involved as well. I think they're being a little bit harsh on our guy George Karlaftis, but you know what? we move on and we have a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I like Karlaftis too. Now, like when we're talking about him at number 4 and everything, like I do get, I have a tough time pulling the trigger at 4, but if he's sitting there at 10, I don't think anybody should have a problem taking him. Now, you might like a guy like Jermaine Johnson, maybe a little more than Karlaftis, or even if it's any of the guys, maybe you like Drake Jackson, whoever it is. But if you get an edge at 10 after taking a guy like Evan Neal or even Ike Ekwonu, like if you get your tackle at 4 and then at 10 is one of the top 3 or 4 edge rushers in the whole draft, dude, you got to be happy with that turnout. You know what I mean?
I agree. Like, and I get it. Jermaine Johnson and Karlaftis are a little bit different, which is fine. If we ended up with Johnson, then okay, I'm good with that too. But I think people are underrating just the strength that Karlaftis plays with. I see in the comments, there's a bunch of short arms and stuff like that. And yes, he doesn't have the bend necessarily, but he's strong and he's big enough to where I think that'll translate at the next level.
Yeah, I actually agree, man. I was watching him again not too long ago, maybe the end of last week or midweek, and I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. You know, I really do. I like his motor. I think he's relentless, and he's still going to develop. I mean, he's got what you want as far as a guy to bring on. Like, he's got the intangibles. He has the work ethic, all those things that you want with a guy that you're going to take for that position. And like, dude, hey, the coaches, their job is to develop these guys. So I think Karlaftis has more than enough. To the guys saying that Amari Cooper is washed up or he's not, dude, he had 68 receptions last year. Like, if that's washed up, that's better than any receiver we've had in fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like really, like that's the thing. Like maybe he's not the player that he was in Oakland, right? Or in Oakland and for the Raiders, let's just say. Maybe he's not that guy anymore, but he would still be the best receiver on our team. And I'd be happy to, especially for a third. Now the contract's a little much, and there's that. But, you know, I think Kev Chata says Fan Mock should not be looking for 2023 picks. I see no reason that's why not? Yeah. It's like we're trying to play the game. This is a game, right? We know that this is a game, and we're trying to play the game and see what we could have done as if it was real. I mean, if you can come out of a draft with next year's picks, hell yeah. Yeah.
I don't think anybody would be complaining if this happened next year, if Carolina finishes, you know, only with 5 or 6 wins and we have all of a sudden like a number 10 pick or number 9 pick in the draft next year. No one would be complaining.
Right. And it's going to be interesting. You know, like how we always get like this before drafts, like we start to really like some guys and we start to really not like some guys. I'm one of the people that pays attention to that 2, 3 years, 4 years later. Like I like to see where my guys were. And a lot of people just forget, you know? So like try to keep, if you don't like a Karlaftis, for example, pay attention the next couple of years. See what kind of a player he is. See how right you are. Like that's how we know, like, all right, when I am feeling a certain way about a player, how did he end up? How did the guy 3 years ago that I liked, how did he end up? And if it's good, then you know you can be trusted. If it's not, you know you're full of shit. You know what I mean? That's all.
Then you suck. That's it.
Then you suck. Right, man. You suck at this. But hey, listen, guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. Please don't forget to like the stream on the way out. It's key, man. It's key. And excuse me. Oh, you know what's funny, man? I made it through the whole thing. I've been in bed almost all day sick, and I made it. I have energy drinks and coffee and everything. I've been really muscling through. So that was my first time I really felt shitty. So I made it. I did it. But don't forget NFL Chaos with Jeremy. You can follow him. He does, like, again, every couple hundred subscribers he gets, he hurts himself for our pleasure. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I can get down with that. And of course, our distinguished guest, Matt O'Leary NY on Twitter, on Facebook, I'm sure, but definitely Instagram and TikTok, and Matt O'Leary on YouTube. Do you have anything coming up, Matt, that you want to let anybody know is going on? Anything big?
on Sunday, just keep an eye out. On Super Bowl Sunday, we are dropping some brand new exclusive content, more information in tomorrow's video.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to want to miss out on that.
That's awesome. It's exciting, man, and I'm psyched for it. That's right. I'm glad you mentioned that. Don't forget to keep an ay out for Matt O'Leary's interesting developments coming down the pike. And guys, I want to thank you all for being here. You're the absolute best. And hey, I'm grateful. This was a good one, and we'll see how it goes next week and see what the theme of the draft will be. You guys, some of you already know, but if you don't, send me your ideas in the comments and chats. Generally speaking, what I put out there to vote on are given to me by you guys. So I'm welcome. You know, I'm always interested in listening to your guys' ideas. Let me know. But with all that said, I want everybody to have a good night. We will see you next time. And thanks again for being here, everybody.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Donnie Lamb Jones. Wide receiver. As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, you know, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon goes.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.